They say they want to go to the end. They say they want to get to the Geula. They want to get to Mashiach. They all understand. They might not be saying it that way. But they've had enough of this being passive and being okay all the time, not going to the end. Always stopping in the middle, saying, no, we can't get there for whatever reason. We saw the kochos that Am Yisrael has. And Kadosh Baruch Hu, we all know how the last year before this war started, how divisive we were. Okay? Maybe the worst year when it came to Achdus, terror. Everyone knew what was going on here in Israel. Okay? And then all of a sudden, October 7th comes along. Simchas Torah comes along. And everything changes. The world changes. But now the question is, how does it change now for me? How can I do better? What can I do? So we see the soldiers are there. The people are there. I'm telling you, the amount of chesed that people have done, it shows how strong we can be when we want to be. We just have to understand that it's all now, whatever happens, depends on us. Depends on us. It all depends on no more passiveness. The passiveness, we saw, that was all in Mitzrayim. That all happened there. Hashem had to drag this and this. Now I think the people, everyone wants this geula, everyone wants, when they say, again, everyone might mean something else, but everyone understands where the finish line is and they want to get there. They've had enough. Enough tsar, enough divisiveness. They all understand where to have to go now. So there's no excuses. That's why when, I don't want to get into politics, but when people are talking about right afterwards, who's taking responsibility, the answer is everyone has to take responsibility. There's no one can sit down. Every one of Am Yisrael has to take responsibility. So the leaders have to take more. Okay, fine. Question is, what's a leader? Who's a leader? Who's fit to be a leader? But in this case, we all have to look and we all have to be leaders. If everyone's going to wait for the next person to do it, then we won't get anywhere either. We have to be the leaders here. We have to lead the way. Okay, that's the only, and then, so, lo b'chipazon. Okay, so already 2,000 years, lo b'chipazon. Already 2,000 years in Golus. I think everyone would agree that that's already lo b'chipazon. Okay, 2,000 years is very slow. I think we can all agree on that now, okay, we've had the not being fast. It's very slow, like a turtle. Okay, so, but now, we're almost there. I think Hashem has showed us we're almost there. And I want to end off by saying, and I'll take anyone asks a question. One of the first things I thought about, people ask why the Yom Kippur War started in Yom Kippur. Okay, why did they pick Yom Kippur, our enemies, to start a war 50 years ago? So people are going to tell you that because the enemies all are Syria and Egypt and Jordan, they all know that Yom Kippur, the country shuts down, so we'll be able to go and attack them easily. Okay, that might be true, but I think if you look deeper, they picked Yom Kippur because they knew exactly what Yom Kippur is for us. They wanted to make a statement. Let's attack the Jewish people on their holiest day of the year. To make a statement. The war against us is not just war tactics. It's a lot deeper than that. I said the same thing here. You think they didn't know that they were starting the war on Simchas Torah? You really think they didn't know that? You think they picked Shabbos because the country shut down? No. They picked the war on Simchas Torah because their war is against what we believe in. Their war against us is against our Torah. That's what their war is against. It's against Am Yisrael, it's against Torah Yisrael, it's against Eretz Yisrael. They knew exactly what day they were picking the war because they wanted to make a point. We will get the Jews, and we will make a point that what they believe in, we will destroy. That was their whole thing. You know that they found maps, also in Sderot and also Ofakim. They found maps on these terrorists, Yimach Shema, of all the shuls in the cities. They found that. It means they knew exactly where they were going. And I heard last week, not only did they find maps of the shuls, they found the Zmani Tfilos of the shuls in their pockets. They knew exactly what time every shul they davened. Because they knew they wanted to attack us in the shuls. Thank God it didn't work out like they were planning. In the Sderot itself, there were a few miracles. The fact that they didn't get to the yeshiva is totally a nace. Why did they get to the yeshiva? You had a packed yeshiva on Simchas Torah. So over 300 guys were there. They didn't come to, they were literally 2 seconds from the yeshiva. The police station where all the fighting took place in Sderot is literally parallel to the yeshiva, the next street over. They didn't come to the yeshiva. Okay? But they definitely, that was their plan. The plan was to hit us where because they know, our enemies sometimes know better than us. They know exactly what's important to us, and they wanted to yesterday. So if that's the point, the victory has to be a victory turned exactly upside down. We have to strengthen ourselves more in Torah, more what Am Yisraelis, more Eretz Yisraelis. That has to be the answer. Because if that's what they wanted to get at, we have to show that we're stronger than them by learning more Torah, doing more chesed. That's the only way, and it all depends on us. It's enough saying, just laying back and our work's going to be done by someone else. No, it doesn't work that way. We have to be the front runners. We have to be the ones to show. Everyone has to think that. Look at themselves in the mirror and say, yeah, I'm responsible also. Okay, it doesn't matter why now this happened and how they surprise us and all that. Those questions we answer later. The most thing that has to interest us is what can we do to finish this off. When I say finish this off, not finish Hamas off, but also finish Hamas off, but also to finish the Golus off, to go closer to the Geula. That has to be. So Mirz Hashem, like I say, of course we have to daven. That's like what we're telling people in Chutz La'aretz the whole time. That's what they can do. How much money can they give? Where can they give the money to us? So listen, before you start giving money and everything else, I truly believe that the most important thing you can do now is tefillah, is to daven. And I think I know what it says. It says Hakol Kol Yaakov. I know the tefillah. Also in Mitzrayim. What is Hashem? Vayishma tzakatenu. Here also in Mitzrayim. They daven. You have to daven. If you don't believe that there's a balabait here, don't believe that, so then we're in a very bad place. Of course you have to daven. You want to help afterwards? That's fine. Okay, but there's tefillah, there's tshuva, and there's tzedakah. Okay, but there's also tshuva and tefillah, so there's not only tzedakah. And I said, pay attention. Simchas Torah, 10 days after Yom Kippur. I don't know how many people here, what kavanah they have when they said, in the machzor, it's all like in big letters, with tshuva, tefillah, tzedakah. You think back to Yom Kippur, which was 10 days before the war started. How many of us, what we thought when we said that? That we would need that so much 10 days later, those three things. Sometimes we don't think of things until they actually happen. But I say, Mirz Hashem, and I said this, Sderot today is maybe a little like a ghost town. It's part of the ups and downs, but it will be back stronger. If I want to give you a suggestion, now's the time to invest in Sderot. You want to buy a summer home, go buy it now. The prices will go down and they'll go back up. When Mashiach comes, they'll go way up. Okay? And I just want to tell you something, and which look, like Mike said. So yeah, I was privileged. This is for a little personal. My son, I don't want to get emotional now, but so he was in Gaza. He was in Gaza for 2 months now. Okay, I told him that if he is zoche to get to Gush Katif, okay, so then he should just take a picture, and when he comes out, he'll show it to us. He didn't get there because Gush Katif is now where they're fighting now. It's near Khan Yunis, where we used to look out from our house. We used to see Khan Yunis, okay, right in back of our house in Moshav Katif. But people are actually thinking now, and we're talking about coming from the bottom, not coming from top, coming from the bottom. People are starting to talk about at least going back to the north part of the Gaza Strip. So I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm just happy that people are thinking about that, because, look, in a way, I think everyone agrees that what happened on October 7th, direct result of what happened 19 years ago. Okay? We want to correct that, like I said, to more Torah that we need. More Achdus, that's Am Yisrael. And how do we correct the Eretz Yisrael? Yeah, by saying, yeah, we're going to get there, Mirz Hashem, also. Where we were before, we'll get back there. How? Which ways? Again, depends on us. How will it happen? But at least we have to strike the match. And then, Mirz Hashem, God willing, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will take care of the rest. Thank you very much.